Hello guys, it's been a while since my last video, but I thought I'd give you an update as to where we are. It is very hot, so not a lot's been done, and with that having said, I'm wearing a top. This is due to the new YouTube rules. So without further ado, we'll take you outside, show you what's happening. It's going to be a short video because then I can take this off and get back in the pool. Right, let's take you outside. Not a lot's been going on outside because it's been very hot. We watch a gentleman in Portugal and his temperature is 33, 35. Well, I can tell you our temperature in the shade at the beginning of August, second week, was 45 degrees centigrade. So not happening outdoors. Let's show you what we're up to. Right, as you can see, got the parasols here, which I mentioned in the other video previously, and the bases, but because the temperature is so hot, this is where I've got to. I haven't got any further than that, as you can see. I've come from just past the steps there, and that's it for now. If you can see those over there, let me zoom in. That's where our bamboo grows, the other side of the pool. Now we need to cut a lot more down in order to carry on with what I have been doing, but again, too hot. So let me zoom back out and show you what I have done. Right, if we swing back round into here. Right, this is the undercover area, which we've done. And a very long time ago you'll have seen that I slabbed this side of it to match this side here. There we go. And put the roof up. Now the roof was bamboo. We tried that here, and that beam running through here and the second one there with the crossovers I've added. The bamboo was far too long with the little bows it had in it. It didn't look right, but now we're getting somewhere. I've added the beams in, and as you can see, it's starting to come along. But unfortunately I've run out of bamboo. I've got to cut some more down. Well, that's one of the jobs I have been doing because it's in the shade here. Now when I say it's in the shade here, as I mentioned, the second week of August, we have a thermometer up here. Don't know if you can see that there. Probably a bit dark. That was reading in the shade 45. Now, crazy temperature. That was centigrade. It doesn't get direct sunlight, so it wasn't pushed up by the sunlight. It's in the shade permanently, all the time. Yeah. Right, we'll carry on down and show you some other bits where we're up to. Let's go this way. Now I haven't shown you things that I do on the land. That's all down to the wife and what she has on her channel, which is New Beginnings, My Everyday Life in Rural Cyprus. She hints on what I'm doing, but mainly it's her own stuff. Now this is the utility block, and we've finally got round, or I say Dawn did, to painting these doors. Let me put the tripod down and show you. There we go. I stripped off all the fittings so we could still use the latches, but I did have to file them down a little bit because obviously with the paint on there it made them a little stiffer. So both doors are now done for the utility block, so that's done. A little bit of painting to do outside later on, but otherwise we're pretty much done. Yes, we've got some bamboo on the far wall there. As you can see, there's a little bit to the left done. Got to carry on across and then that'll be done. So that's the utility block, shower, toilet. Oh, and I've added this mirror, so which extends out, and obviously if you turn it over it kind of enlarges your view. Now we head over to the chillax zone. A little bit was done here before it got too hot. In the previous video you saw this was all done. I've still got some chairs out for it. The swing seat here, the canopy's been done, which we don't leave on because it blow out in the wind, but we've still got cushions to sort out for it. We've got the foam, we've just got to cut them to size and cover them. But where we put the boxes, like I said for the grapevines, it's done and they're growing nicely. No fruit on them this year, didn't expect that, but they're going up. We've got 2 lines of rope. This one's doing a lot better, and so is that one over here. And this one on the end went a little bit crazy, so not only did I come to the end of where the rope was, I started coming up with it. Brilliant. Right, let's carry on round. We go through here. This is the guest accommodation, which we call the Traveller's Rest. That's the door in. That's the cookout area. And we've got the growing boxes along here. And a couple of growing areas in the slabs that I put down there, just in front of the cookout table where you can sit and eat. As we come round, we have a couple of pots of Malabar spinach at the moment, which the guests can pick on, but we're using it at the moment because we've got no workaways at all at the moment. And one there, and this one is the Rural Hideaway, and I'll show you what I've been doing in there. As you can see, it's a workstation at the moment, allows me to get on with a few bits. That will be the kitchen unit, sinks there, not fitted yet. Right, what I've been doing is tiling the floor for the shower room, which goes around there. The shower tray will go in there, which is here on its side. I've got a drain which I think is going to protrude a little bit out the bottom, so we're going to have to mark the floor and cut a bit out, which will be in that corner there. I probably should have put the light on. And we currently don't have glass in the window, but we've got the mozzie screen and the grill up, which means no mozzies. There we go, that's the floor done. Now the toilet, the pipe is a little bit too far away from the wall. I do have an offset fitting, but it doesn't quite go far enough. So I've got to get one that's a little bit more offset. But until we know exactly where we've got to go, how much, I won't buy that. But we're no nearer the time, obviously. There's no rush for that. And that's where we're up to in here at the moment. As we come back out, the counter on the left, and the sofa over there. And then we've got space round here, which perhaps dining room table. That's the door through to the dance studio, that will be locked off. I won't seal it up, but we'll put a table or something in front of it, because we've now got access in through this outside door out here, so nobody will be disturbed should we have people in there. Now, as I say, the Traveller's Rest is for workawayers. Now, if you want to, hang on. As I say, the Traveller's Rest is for workawayers. Now, should you want to volunteer as a workaway, we are on workaway.org under Olive Farm Retreat Cyprus. There are a few stipulations. One, you need your own transport. We're 5.5 kilometres from the nearest bus stop. They're reasonably regular, but regular is, I don't even know if it's every hour or every 2 hours into Limassol. It's just not an option bus-wise here. If you're touring across country, you can go one bit at a time, that'll be fine. But if you're staying here, you need a vehicle to go and get your food. Now, that's the other thing. We do not supply food. Everybody's needs for food are different nowadays. There's vegans, vegetarians. We're not going into all that. So that's why we stipulate only 3 hours. That way you supply your own food. If it was longer, we'd have to feed you, and we're not doing that. Apart from that, the summer we're shut anyway, but it's still reasonably hot before the summer, in June, sometimes in May, and September. So, again, you'd have to start early, just do your 3 hours. The rest of the day is yours to go sightseeing, down the beach, whatever. It's something, should anybody be interested, please look us up on workaway.org. Right, next. Right, that's going to be the gazebo, which unfortunately one of the arms has dropped. It got quite windy, and because it's not fitted, it was flapping about from side to side. Where the arm fits up near the top, it goes into a ring collar. And the ring collar's slightly moved due to the wind and it's popped out. Not a serious issue. I'll put it back nearer the time of doing anything. And then we got the table here, as you can see, that I'm redoing, which we used for quite some time. 3 legs, but it's a 6-sided table, hence it doesn't wobble because of the 3 legs. And I've made this parasol. It's similar to the one I'm using as a gazebo, but I've used shorter arms, but it's still slightly bigger than the parasols you buy, and that will fit through the middle of the table when the patio around the pool's done, and we'll be up and running. So again, no rush to do that one. And the other thing we've done, ready for the Traveller's Rest, is we've fitted a water tank. Now, looking at it, I've decided it can go a little bit higher before it starts hitting any major branches, which will be good because it'll give us a bit better water pressure into the rural hideaway here. So, another job to do once we start getting round to things. It's got to cool down first. As I say, we're talking about 45 in the shade, which is about 113 degrees Fahrenheit. Crazy. And to give you another idea, the pool, it's not artificially heated, it's just done from the sun, and in the second week in August we were looking at 32.4 naturally heated from the sun. Very warm. Right, I think that's it for now, guys. I'm going to go back. There we go, it's the cookout again. And it just shows you where things are. And over there is the utility box behind the, let me zoom in, there we go. There's the utility box behind the growing wall, which gives you a bit of privacy. And zoom back out and you can see where we are here. There we go, a couple of sunbeds. They're going to need sorting at some time. This fabric's, these ones are alright, the others we've got out there are starting to go. So, let me turn this round. Right, well there we are, guys. As you can see, the Traveller's Rest behind me. Nice peaceful day. It'll be back open from September onwards, should anybody be interested. If you are, look forward to seeing you then, and have a good time for the rest of your summer, if it's summer in your area. If not, you'll obviously be looking forward to it whenever your summer is. Thanks for watching, guys. See you again soon.